Hello from the Magic Tavern. A weekly podcast from the magical land of Foon. I'm your host, Arnie Niekamp. People back there. Hello. If you've never listened to the podcast before, I get it. I do. It's a little odd. And there are so many podcasts to be listening to. You know, maybe right now you're just like a big Throwing Shade fan, and you're like, I'm going to pop this podcast on and give it a chance. Why did I like to have a minor breakdown at the beginning of every show. But if you have never listened to the podcast before, this is it's really not everything you need to know because you will be confused. But here's like the first 30 seconds of what you need to know. About 3.5+ years ago, I fell through a dimensional portal behind a Burger King in Chicago. And I've been thinking recently, and this is totally random, about how Burger Kings are all over the world, apparently. Sometimes, this is a hypothetical situation. Imagine I wasn't trapped in a magical land right now, and I visited to, and I'll just pull a name of a city off the top of my head, London, England. And let's just say I stayed in a hotel. I came in late at night. The next morning, I stepped outside, and the first thing I saw could be a Burger King. The pageantry. So I fell through a dimensional portal behind a Burger King into the magical, fantastical land of Foon. Luckily, I'm still getting a slight Wi-Fi signal from the Burger King through the dimensional rift, and I use that to upload a podcast I record every week here in the tavern, the Vermilion Minotaur, where we all are now, in the town of Hogsface, in the land of Foon. And I'm joined, as always, by my good bud, my co-host, my co-companion. He's a shapeshifter. I know he's a shapeshifter. But to me, he will always be an adorable little badger. Chunt the Talking Badger.
How's it going? Oh, Big Ben, I mean Bing Bong. That felt gross.
Yeah. You are just an adorable little badger-sized badger.
Mm-hmm. I'm so tiny.
Yeah.
I'm such a tiny badgie.
So you're always just scampering around the legs of all the stools.
Let me try and get up on the chair.
Whoa!
Hey!
Hey, buddy, let me pat your head. Oh, is that condescending? Should I not do that? It is. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm sorry.
Nah, no worries.
So how you doing, bud? What's up?
Honestly, I'm doing great. I feel good. I feel alive.
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
You seem surprised.
You know what? I was I was so happy about, but also taken off guard by positivity.
Oh, okay. All right. Huh.
You know what?
You know what? You're right. Let me change it up.
I hear it.
Let me shift gears.
I can.
Do you have that phrase on Earth? Shift gears?
Shift gears. You know, we do because of all the machinery on my world. I'm very curious.
Yeah, same thing.
To hear. Oh, same thing. Oh, that's right. Because of all the rudimentary machinery on this world. Yeah.
How are you doing? I feel like...
Great. I feel glad to be alive.
Yeah, me too. You know what? I feel like we don't take enough time on the podcast to just recognize how rough the world is, how much bad, dumb, evil shit goes down, and how we make it through every day.
Yeah. Hey, obviously for listeners at home, like in Foon, the Dark Lord has taken over. So much stuff has happened. I can only... someone... Well,
Oh no, that man was just beheaded. People of the tavern, shut up! Oh God, we should warn people in the tavern not to disparage the Dark Lord, because of course we hate the Dark Lord, but you can't just yell shit. Well, unless you're Usador.
it's true. It's true.
But I feel like we don't take enough time to appreciate. I mean, I love you, buddy. You're my best friend, and I feel like it feels good to make it through every day. It feels good to wake up in the morning, know I'm going to see you, I'm going to see your face, and we're going to chat.
You know what? The world may be falling apart around us, but let's enjoy together. Let's enjoy tonight, and let's be together.
Did you write something and then forget it?
Let's enjoy together a new adult contemporary hit by Arnie Niekamp. I was just trying to say, let's enjoy tonight. Let's have a, you know what? I believe in the power of positivity.
Yeah.
Let's have a great night.
Let's have a great night. In our mind's eye, if we picture a great night, we'll have a great night. And I gotta say, even though, of course, we're at the same old Vermilion Tavern that we're always at, it feels like we're somewhere more exotic.
Yeah.
Right? It feels like
It does.
It just feels
feels
like a different
more
vibe.
exotic and yet not entirely exotic.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
enough to
exotic
be
was the
exciting,
bad-
but not enough to make people uncomfortable about things being too different.
Yeah. Maybe exotic was a bad word. Exotic makes me think of tropical, so maybe not exotic, but
Yeah.
feels different.
We're gonna have a great night.
We're gonna have a great night.
Have a great night.
I just kicked over my second water. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I brought along a little friend. I caught him outside in the bushes. This is Mallory.
Oh. I have never seen a badger pull a much smaller badger out of its pocket.
Vagina's the term.
Oh. Chunt, I have been using the wrong pronouns for
No. I'm he, him.
Oh, you're
I'm
he, him.
I'm he, him, his. But
Okay.
I'm just saying.
You just got some side vaginas. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right.
Here I am, stuck in the vagina with you.
Yeah.
But I caught Mallory, and I thought, I don't want to.
You caught Mallory?
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
It's a wild animal, But I talked to Mallory and said, come here, and then I don't want to keep it because that's rude. So I thought to let Mallory go.
Oh.
And I'm trying to think of.
I've never been in a tavern where people were more excited for a wild animal to be thrown at their face.
I see. Is this a crown? It's. Oh, you get this. Oh, I feel like that person owes me 6 pounds.
And there's also another badger up there.
Well, hi.
We gotta clean this place, right? But you know what? You know what is gonna make this great night an even more great night?
Friendship and we're gonna play Truth or Dare. Do you have that on Earth?
We do have a version. We do have that movie on Earth. What is it in Foon?
It's where you ask someone to either tell a fact or do an adventure.
Do an adventure?
Yeah.
Well, you know me.
We have other names for it. So truth it is. What is your favorite? What's your favorite thing about me? And you can't say side vaginas.
Isn't it great when you learn a new detail about someone and it just goes right to the top of the list of things about them? My favorite thing about you is probably, underneath it all, your loyalty. You're a good friend.
You're a good friend. I love you, buddy.
I feel like you would never turn on me or abandon me except for the handful of times that you have turned on me and abandoned me.
Listen, we all have checkered pasts, Our track record's not clean, but I got your back. If anybody ever disparaged you, I'd behead them. Like that, what happened to that guy?
I know.
And I can't stress enough, don't just yell shit. Also,
unless it's great.
Unless it's great. Hey, if you want to yell something great, yell it. That's bad. And also, I know we usually say this at the end of the show, but just to get it out now, just in case, for some reason, if anybody wants to email us, they can email me at chunt@gmail.com. That's chunt with 6 T's. And if you have a question, we might try and answer it.
Yeah, absolutely. In the same way that we try to answer all questions and usually fail.
Yeah.
But I was going to say another way to make this an even more great night is we should add our other co-host.
Who's that? We have another co-host?
We've got a treat for everyone in the tavern because it's just Pizza Skull tonight.
I heard someone stomping away to change.
That would only take an hour. No, you know what? Don't let him know. Fuck Pizza Skull. I'm very excited for one of my other best friends, Usador the Wizard.
I am Usador, wizard of the 12th realm of Ephesius, master of light and shadow, manipulator of magical delights, devourer of chaos, champion of the great halls of Tarakis. The elves know me as Fiang Yalak. The dwarves know me as Sonin and Hoogstanges. And I am known in the northeast as Gasmadius Maystar. And there may be other secret names of such portent and power that if I were to utter them aloud, glass would turn to bark, bark would turn to glass, and trees would shatter. And it would be hard to see out of windows.
So I guess, just to be clear, so if someone said a secret name, next time we'd have to say, bark my anus? Because glass would turn to bark.
Well, yes, exactly. Glass would turn to bark, making it very difficult to see out of windows. But more importantly, bark would turn to glass, and trees would crumble to the ground.
Got it. Oh, how's your obsidian arm doing?
It hurts. But I'm all right.
For people keeping score, we are now down to 2 bottles of water standing upright. For those, all right. There were 3, I realize. I'm bad at math. Usador.
Yes, Arnold.
How you doing, you old wet carnival, you?
I am wonderful, for there's such an energy in the tavern tonight that I feel very excited to speak to our guests and to revel in all their beauty and wonder, follow the glory that is part of the land of Foon. I'm very happy to share everything I know about Foon with you, my good friend Arnie. And of course, Chunt, because Chunt already knows many of the things I know, but there is secret knowledge. Knowledge only a wizard may have.
Who's he looking at?
And someday...
He keeps looking at the ceiling like he's lying.
Oh, yes. Am I lying?
Yeah.
Only I know.
I don't think even you know.
Usador, it's good that you came out with such positivity, because Arnie and I were talking. We thought tonight to just, like, really stick together, you know?
The 2 of you?
No, all 3 of us.
Oh.
Yeah, not our usual thing where, like, 2 of us stick together and turn on the other one.
Yes, that's what I meant. So usually there's some sort of alliance formed very early on in the episode, and then the other person just gets it. Sucker punch, right to the liver.
We were thinking, let's have a great night, all of us.
What if we all win?
And then, I see, and then turn on the guests. I'm prepared.
Yeah. Fuck the guests.
I suppose we shouldn't do that, though. They've come here and offered their time.
Yeah.
I think there should be a strict rule that we don't fuck the guests. I think that could really become
That
problematic.
checks out. Yeah, no, that checks out.
Yes, I agree, of course. Well, I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very happy that we've decided to be happy. Happiness is infectious, and if happiness and love and goodness doth begin to grow and fester here, that festering love shall spread throughout the land, and in that way we shall undermine the very support of the Dark Lord, aye, all the negativity and the fear, and eventually he shall crumble as if he were a glassen tree.
Usador,
Did you guys both write poems before?
You didn't write your poem?
No.
Chant. Usador, careful. The last person that said something bad about the Dark Lord got his head fucking cut off.
Well, mine would probably grow back.
I've never seen you with the cap flipped up like that.
Yeah.
It's so fresh and young.
Yeah.
Oh, backwards. Damn, you look 170.
This
Yeah,
is not going
I'm
to
ready.
work.
It may be time to get a new hat.
It looks like a wacky ice cream cone just fell on your head.
How dare you speak this way of a wizard's clothes? These are the finest elven cloths woven into a beautiful hat with a beautiful curly-cued shape at the top. Yea, I and the elves did protect me with this finery that I do adorn here on this day. For I am blessed by both elves and dwarves and giants and birds and rain and fire that they conspire.
Who is he looking
to
at?
bring me into this world. Yea, ceiling, hear my words. Hear the words of Usador.
Oh, he's talking to Ceiling Dion. I always forget about her.
I just realized why Usador yells so much. He's always fucking talking to the ceiling.
Know this, ceiling Dion. I
shall
shall
end you, Bubba.
always love you.
Oh, you heard that,
So hip and young. We're so.
Hey, let's go around, just before we bring out any guests, let's go around and let's just say any sort of, positive sayings that we know. Bless this mess. Just to
want
get
it
the positive
You
mindset.
want it when? Laugh, laugh, laugh.
Take that frown upon thine face. Give it a 180-degree turn. And let that frown transform itself into a smile.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Why did you say it like that?
Yeah. Yeah, what happened to your voice? Say that again.
Always look on the bright side of life.
No, I think you mean to say, always look on the bright side of life.
Wait, why did you do that?
What do you mean?
Why did you talk so weird when you say, always look on the bright side of life?
No.
I know the problem. He's got a chicken on his knee. He's got a little cockney. Hey, we're gonna be fucking positive.
Let's all just take a minute to recover.
Hear my prayers, ceiling. Let
just
this
take
positivity continue.
Let's just take a moment to Eric Idle. just trying to take the heat off of you a little bit.
Yeah, thank you. It works.
Seems like the perfect time to introduce a guest.
Yes! Guys, I'm very excited. We have some royalty. Yeah, so I went out looking for some royalty, and I found this very sickly air.
You went out looking for royalty.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you finish.
Have you ever visited a place and you were like, where do they keep the royal stuff? And you just ask everybody, like, what way to the royal stuff?
Actually, I do that.
Yeah.
Most everywhere I go. Where are your royal items? Often I'm just at a pub and they look at me strangely.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm very excited. Everyone, please welcome the sickly heir, Prince Phileas.
Your Majesty, Gramercies for your attendance. We are very grateful to see you this day.
Oh, that's actually very kind. I thought perhaps I wouldn't be recognised, but I can see that I have been recognised, and that's actually very kind, because I haven't had a particularly easy day, so it's nice to sit down.
Oh.
Thank you for welcoming me into your tavern. I am the sickly Prince Regent.
Oh, good that you own it.
Yes, exactly. It's what I'm probably best known for. Got lots of diseases.
Oh.
Really, Mother says I have a very weak lung, and that's probably my best ability.
Just the one.
Just one, yeah. The other one's long gone, actually. So.
Oh, where did it go?
Oh, I had to sell it.
Oh.
Yes, there are many dangers in royalty. A lot of people think it's quite an easy life, but it's not. And sometimes a stranger will come to your door and say, "Give me one lung." And it turns out you're supposed to say no, but you don't know that at the time, do you? And you say, "Here you are."
Some questions just surprise you so much that you don't even occur to you to say no.
Well, I'm glad somebody agrees, finally, because I've taken a bit of stick for that decision.
Yeah. I mean, I've agreed to any number of stupid things on this show.
Just the old one lung. If anybody has a spare lung, I'd actually quite like one back, because it's just not easy.
We've mostly just got spare vaginas on this.
It's not a no. The night is young.
And see what I have, but I'll have to go back to my hovel and see what I have contained in jars in terms of lungs and intestines and hearts and other internal organs and such.
He's a lot of fun, isn't he? Yeah. I like him a lot.
And you said Phileas?
Yes, that's
Phileas,
right.
Have you always been sick since you were a young boy?
Oh, I'm tremendously sick. Yes.
No reason. But are you contagious?
Almost certainly, I think so. Yes, I think very, very, very ill. Actually, I'll get it.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have said I have spat in a few of your drinks. It's just a little. It's a Prince thing we like to do.
Wait, why do you take such joy out of this action?
It's fun to mock the poor, isn't it? Sometimes.
Yes.
Because you're not allowed to hit me because I'm quite wealthy.
Yes.
I can hit you, no problem. Sorry.
Ah, God.
Arnie,
Try and hit me back. You're not allowed. I will have you flogged.
What?
Oh.
It's really weird. He hit you, and then his nose started bleeding. That's
tremendously
fucked.
Sickly, actually, yes.
Yeah, and I think you broke 2 of your knuckles. I'm so sorry.
Oh, they're gone. That is gone.
Whoa.
Fine. Well, that's taught me a lesson. This is why you have people to do your flogging for you. Father was right. That isn't stopping bleeding in a hurry.
Can I ask, are you...
I'm going to use your tail, if that's all right.
That makes perfect sense.
Are you in line for...
Can I...
Oh,
yeah.
I'm trying to get to your tail.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't...
Well, he's
I'm good.
being quite coy, isn't he, about this situation? Right, we'll use the beard, the wizard beard. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Does the wizard beard have any other magical properties? Or just absorbent?
Oh, no. The beard itself is not magical. It's just hair.
That makes
But
sense.
I could cast an enchantment upon it, if you would like. Here.
Yeah, that could be a bit of fun. Shall I remove my nose?
No. The nose is part of it.
Great.
Ereth tem garath rath tienkath rath beyond. Is your nose feeling any better now?
Yes, it's got an internal beard
Oh, yes.
that's actually staunched the flow of the blood, so I'm quite grateful for that.
It worked perfectly. Tiny beard spell.
I wasn't sure that would work, but it's worked an absolute treat. Maybe a beard for my sickly lung later on, but I don't want to rush you. Am I in line to the throne or something?
Yeah, I was going to ask, are you in line to the throne? Oh.
Yes. Yes, I am, but as you know, a Prince Regent must prove himself worthy of the throne, and so I am on a...
You don't just get to have it?
Well, the idea is it's to show to the weaklings and, you know, the paupers that you are worthy of ruling. Father goes to a lot of wars. He's away a lot, actually.
That's got to be hard.
Yes, it's not all that easy. Uncle Peter helps out. He's very kind. He tends to Mother's garden when Father's away. He's a bit stronger than Father.
Your Uncle Peter?
Yes. You'll recognise him. He looks a lot like my brothers. Who have many lungs. It's very strange, actually.
Does your father know there's a Peter in your mother's garden?
It's a bit of a game. Mother says, whatever you do, don't tell him. Sort of a fun game. And he is away a lot. So what I have to do is just go out and... bandits have taken a family heirloom. As bandits are wont to do. And I have to go out there and get this bloody heirloom back and slay a few bandits. But it isn't going all that well, to be completely frank.
What's the heirloom, maybe, if we see it?
It's a cup.
A cup?
Little cup. Yes, normally... it will be something bigger, sort of a sword or a horse.
A horse?
Can be a horse, can go as big as a horse, sometimes smaller, like a small horse.
Sometimes a horse is passed down for generations in a family.
Oh, absolutely. I can see we have a royal expert in our midst. Oh, yes. I mean, the horse will often have to be regenerated many times.
Yes.
And that's often a great gift at a birth.
I have often been called to the court of great kings and queens to look upon their sickly, decrepit old horses and to say, I shall breathe new life into this horse for a new generation so it may be passed down as a horse heirloom.
And every time you do that, the horse gets 10% bigger, and so you can tell how many times a horse has been passed down if it can get... Sometimes they're just stuck inside the stable at that point and you can't really get them out.
They get bigger and sometimes their proportions aren't quite right anymore.
Oh, it can go very wrong, yes.
Yes. Their eyes are just a little bit off. And you look at it and you go, you're barely a horse anymore, aren't you?
So it's like...
They're just in their eyes and you can just... They sort of say, kill me, and you go, no.
Well, you can't kill them. They're so valuable.
You can't... No, they aren't. Yes, that's true.
Well, tell us about this amazing cup.
Oh, the cup is quite a nice cup. Couldn't help noticing some of you pulled a little further away from me there.
No.
Just to take in all your regalness.
All your splendor.
That makes actually a lot of sense.
Oh, your dick fell off.
Yeah. No, that's not my dick, but thank you very much.
Don't put it in
Don't put it in yet. Don't put it in there.
Oh. You don't know where that dick's been.
Well, what better use for a pocket vagina in some ways? Yes, the quest is going quite poorly. I've only been on it for 2 hours, and I've already had to kill my hunting dog and eat him because I forgot any food. And then I found the food, and I realised I shouldn't have killed Troubadour, but it was too late.
Oh,
and I've lost my sword, and I'm a bit sad.
Aww.
So I'm probably going to have to give up and go home, and then I'll be killed, most likely.
Well, there are lots of cups here at the Vermilion Minotaur if you'd like to take a cup with you and try to pass it off as the real thing.
Good. Well, that's a possibility.
Yeah, just describe the cup.
I mean, the cup is quite an unusual... It's obviously jewel-encrusted.
Obviously.
Something to patronise you.
Yeah, it's going to make it harder.
But on the inside only, so the outside is quite plain.
Oh.
A mistake, looking back. But you don't like to... It's a gift. You don't like to be too mean. You know, thank you for this jewel-encrusted cup. You can barely drink from it.
Does that affect the taste?
Oh, it's awful. Awful, yeah. Because
Probably cuts up your face.
Oh, it's terrible. The tongue... I won't show you my tongue because it's a war zone.
Oh, please.
Go on.
Please show us your tongue. Oh, that is foul. Really terrible.
A few of the jewels are still encrusted.
Oh, yes.
Note to self, clean the microphone later.
Yes.
Prince Phileas,
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say, I
So
hate...
I don't, and obviously the handle of the cup is made carved from the bone of a unicorn. Not the
horn,
cool
the
bit, but
bone.
like a bit of a shin or something.
Yeah. Not a horn, just a bone.
No, yeah, that's right. Yes.
Well, that's
the
easy.
unicorn was fine.
The unicorn was fine.
Well, he wasn't fine. He was lost one shin.
Yes. The unicorn was making it work.
Yeah, exactly. Styling
Now,
it out.
I suspect that we can take a regular bone and some low-end gems and encrust a cup here and give it to you to try to pass off.
Well, that would certainly get
We
me
could
out of
take
the
a
hole.
regular cup and bedazzle it. That may only be a great reference that Earth people in some parts of the world are loving.
I'm not sure if it's a great reference anywhere in the world.
I think I would know.
Yes, that's true. I know nothing about your world, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
I didn't get it at all.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
exactly.
I didn't want to, because you were helping me out, I didn't want to say anything about it, so thank you very much.
Prince Phileas, if I may, we
course.
talked about, before he came out, we were talking about keeping
Sorry, it is funny.
tonight's-
It's funny that the dog can talk, isn't it?
It is. It is funny. Hey.
Now Prince Phileas, he is...
How did
I know...
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I know you just ate your dog, and you're
That's
very
right.
sad and very obsessed with dogs at the moment. But Chunt is a badger.
Who looks like a skunk.
Oh, I'm extremely sorry.
That's quite all right. But you should
Oh, dear.
apologize to Chunt.
Well, I probably don't need to because I'm quite wealthy.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. It's a prince. He
Yeah,
doesn't have to
checks
apologize
out,
to you.
checks out.
Yeah.
was-
I could just have you flogged, so I shan't have you flogged, and that's sort of an apology. You're
Yes.
very welcome.
To be fair, when a prince makes a mistake, you should be beaten for allowing him to make a mistake.
This one is great. The one with the hat I'm getting on with very well. But I do apologise to the badger there. You had a plan, I think, and I shouldn't like to shut it... Excuse me, my dick has fallen off that time. Thank you very much.
Oh no! It fell into the gaping hole in the head of the guy who got his head cut off.
Oh, that guy's a real dickhead. Remember that. If you come to the tavern, you shout, you're a real dickhead.
But you know what? I still kind of liked it.
It's just a sort of tavern camaraderie I've never really experienced.
Have you never been out among the common people?
It's my first time outside of the kingdom, so it's very exciting. The rough and tumble. So many beards.
Yeah.
These unkempt men of the wild. It's very exciting.
Well, yes, here in the lowly parts of Hogsface, men and women must work hard to earn coins so that they may purchase food and housing. It's
Yes.
a difficult life. And
then they must be taxed heavily.
well,
We'll have that. Thank you very much.
I don't know about that. The taxes don't always tend to help unless you
It's
pour
helped me
those
a great
taxes-
deal, I will say.
What's
It's
that?
It's helped me a great deal.
Well, it's helped you, yes. But a good king, a good prince would reroute those taxes back into services for the people.
That sounds like I get a bit less money, though.
Yes, correct.
So I'm struggling. So talk me through it. So I've got quite a nice lifestyle.
Yes, you live in the castle in the northwest,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Yes. And your father is King Milius.
That's right. He's away at war at the minute.
Who's he at war with right now?
It doesn't matter. Anybody. He'll go.
Could
He'll
be
just.
anyone.
He'll turn up and start one. He loves it.
Oh, no.
Good for business, he'll say.
We'll have to keep an eye on him. Well,
But
then you have the opportunity while he is away, if thou dost bring back this cup, this faked cup we create here, then you can then Simply take over in your father's absence.
And would I be loved?
Imagine this. If you took taxes and stayed rich, you would be loved. But if you gave some of those taxes back to the poor, you would be adored. They would build statues in your honor. You would be the greatest king who ever lived. Until you succumb to your disease.
Got a bit excited. A statue of me. That would be quite something, actually.
Yes.
And how... Would I stand on a balcony and hurl the sharpened coins at their faces, or how does it work? Because that's what my father likes to do sometimes. He's quite fun. How would I best give this money back to the sickly with the beard? Well, I'm sickly, but they're poor, which is worse.
Well, there are many ways you could give money back to the poor, aren't there, Arnold, Chunt?
I don't know.
Some sort of tournament
A
where they
tournament?
must slay each other. And the winner gets a gold piece. Yes, this is a good idea.
What's if instead
The
of
gold
killing...
piece, the tournament of the gold piece.
What instead
And that will also cull a lot of the poor.
If instead of them killing one another, what if you just found the best singer?
Ooh. Or find people who think they can dance.
Some sort of talent show
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
where I shall preside, princely, with some sort of giant buzzard I can hit.
A giant buzzard, yes, a
Yes.
giant buzzard.
Yes,
You're going to
I
hit
think
a
we can make that
giant
happen.
buzzard?
Yes,
buzzard, yeah.
I've been meaning to find a use for that buzzard for some time. It was granted to me, and I said, oh, you have to sort of say thank you very much for the buzzard, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this. But it's all coming together, a buzzard. When I hit it, it will say, yes! But I shall need 3 trusted colleagues to sit beside me. If you know anybody...
better than those sitting here with you right now, who've engaged with you in camaraderie for the first time ever? We shall be the 3 judges that shall assist thee in this endeavor.
I don't know if I'm ready to be your Paula Abdul or some other culturally analogous version of that.
Arnie, what the fuck are you doing?
What's that?
I feel like we take 2 steps forward and you take 2 steps back. Let's get some momentum going, baby.
I'm sorry, I got turned off for a second. This guy's a little bit of a cold-hearted snake.
That's fair.
We are so hip.
So
So
young.
relevant.
So young.
Well,
Well, I would gladly help you in this endeavor if you would have us.
Oh, I think his one lung is really taxing him.
yes. Yes, we should do this. We should travel back post-haste to my kingdom. We'll have to get a few more buzzards on the way because I don't have enough to spare. And get the greatest talent in all of the land. And the winner shall get a gold coin.
Yes.
A gold coin?
1 gold coin. Very generous, they should say, Prince. And I shall enter and win myself. Yes! Yes!
Oh, I fear the point of this may have been lost on you.
Guys, I feel like this is a fool's errand, but I want to see his talent.
Prince Phileas, may I ask, if you were to enter the talent show, what kind of talents do you possess? Do you think you can dance?
Certainly.
Do you think you can sing? What do you...
I shall do both. For I am the most beloved prince in all the land. And with this, the bearded simple folk of this tavern shall
Great.
surely carry me as their new king. But here we bloody go.
I've got to say, calling everyone bearded simple folk is great crowd work.
I love it. Yes, exactly. Thank you very much.
I'm so
Well,
very afraid.
hello, you stinking wretches. Thank you. Thank you. Now, you won't have seen much culture before. Don't touch the tunic. That's new. That's quite expensive. But I, Prince Phileas, shall dazzle you now, and I shall be your king. The prince is so good. The prince will reign for so long. The prince is so good. But now, he's only got one.
I hit my
buzzard.
Oh,
No, that's
I'm
right.
quite enjoying this.
I guess we should have established up front.
Oh,
what-
prince, keep going. The crowd are on your side. The bandits may have taken your cup, but you've got your real friends are here. Right. Heck, and I'll do a spin.
Oh, there goes a leg.
no.
There goes a leg.
Oh,
You hate to see that.
Please don't die.
Oh dear. Never mind.
I'm so sorry.
I tried to think of a rhyme, but the nose beard grew a little bit and slightly clogged up. But I think I did a good job.
Oh, I thought that was excellent. Well done.
Yeah, I wish we had established beforehand whether hitting the buzzard was a good thing or a bad thing. What is it like? I'm in, or this is over.
But we didn't.
So we'll never know. We'll never ever know.
I mean, I hit a buzzard and it said no.
But we didn't establish what a buzzard saying no, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Of course, on this night of positivity, so
Yeah.
I understand the confusion.
Well, perhaps the real buzzards were the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
And I certainly feel loved for the first time in my life. And I'd love to give all of you a little hug.
Oh, no.
I wanted to get away from him, but I didn't want to move.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
This one's playing hard to get. And I can't move too keenly, so you're being beastly to me, but I don't mind.
Well, guys, why don't we continue to try to figure out Prince Phileas's, like, if he should make a fake cup or what kind of royalty he should be. I think maybe we should talk to another guest just in case he, like, dies mid-episode.
Yes, in case you die during this episode, we'd like to bring out some more guests. Is that
Yeah.
all right?
I could definitely do with a breather, to be completely frank.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm very excited to welcome, we have a married couple here that are here to talk about the positivity, which fits the theme of their marriage experience.
Oh,
so ladies and
wonderful.
gentlemen, a wonderful married couple.
Hi there. Hello.
Hello, thank you for
All
being
right.
on the show.
Oh, thank you for having us. Lovely.
So, now, welcome. Yeah.
Hello, nice to be here.
Thank you for being
All
on
right.
the show. I
We're
love.
married.
Yeah.
Very much.
10
in
years?
there. 10 years.
10 years. Wow. And do you mind? What are your names?
My name is Cariad the Short. And before anyone, I am a dwarf.
Oh. What was that whole
What
name
was that
again?
face?
Because
Did you
I
see that
only-
face? I am so used to that. I'm allowed in the pub. I'm over 18.
Oh no! I didn't catch the first part of the name. And I only heard the short.
Angharad.
And
Angharad.
Perfect.
That's actually.
It's a beautiful
Well,
name.
it's absolutely beautiful, yes.
Yeah.
As am I.
Yeah.
That's why, I got married.
Yeah.
Not all dwarfs get married.
Not all dwarfs get
No,
married.
no, it's very difficult. And obviously, as you can see, I picked a good one. Not even a dwarf, that's why.
Yeah, you're not
No,
a dwarf.
I'm an elf.
Yeah.
How do? I'm Gareth.
This is Gareth.
Gareth.
Yeah, Gareth the Beige.
How do you?
Did he say Gareth the Beige?
Yes.
Yep, that's right.
Wait, how do you pronounce your name?
Gareth.
How? What?
Gareth.
Gareth.
Gareth?
Gareth.
Gareth?
Gareth.
Gareth.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a beautiful name.
Yeah. Also, it technically is one of the killing words.
The killing words
Yeah.
for who?
If you pronounce it like that.
Oh,
at
why did you do
specific
that
rocks.
to me?
Whoops. Sometimes
Right.
I forget because
If you
I'm
see-
not an elf, you see. So I forget what they do.
Yeah. But if you pronounce my name like that, at like a rock, like obsidian or slate, or then you can burst it if you're not careful,
If you're
which
not careful.
apparently we ought to be. Hello.
Hello. I have an arm of pure obsidian.
That's nice for you.
All right.
My aunt has got a very big greenhouse.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
How nice.
Does she have a garden in there?
Sorry?
Does she have a garden in the greenhouse?
No, the greenhouse is in the garden.
Is there a
Funny
Peter in
question.
the greenhouse?
A what in the green?
Is there a Peter in the greenhouse?
A what?
Is there a Peter in the greenhouse?
Are you singing a song?
Oh!
are you
Is
saying-
there a Peter in the greenhouse?
greenhouse? Is there a Lauren in the house? Is there a Carol in the kitchen? No, that's a mouse.
I'll say this.
Oh, no.
I'll say this. As a society, we've got to find a better way of doing a census.
Yes.
It's long-winded.
It takes me months. It takes
Yeah.
me months. But I will do it because it's important to know where everybody is.
So I tell you what, one of the things I love about you is your dedication to a concept.
I am so dedicated to the concept of love and populational numbers.
So you two have been married
10
for
years?
10
Yes, that's
years.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it ever challenging to kind of keep love alive?
Oh, yes. You know, it's not easy. You can't just sit back and think, this is it. I'm hot. He'll just stay, you know.
Yeah,
You have to work at it.
no, that's right. And also, I mean, I'd be lying if I said the height wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
In
As you
anything,
can
it's
see-
been a bonus, to be honest.
I'm over 7 foot tall.
And I come up to his middle.
Yeah.
And that's really what kept us together for the first 5.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really did.
Yeah.
For the first
but eventually,
First
after
5 years, yeah.
after 5 years, you're like, I've got to start
You're in.
exploring the top half of the person
Yes,
I'm married
exactly. Well, we got some steps, and then I got to his face. I thought, bloody hell, gorgeous.
to. Oh.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Right. I was surprised to see the front of your head. Because mostly the perspective, it's quite extreme. Because you're what, you're just under 3 foot?
Yes. But you know what's nice about I have a beautiful, beautiful top of the head, but the front of the head
true.
also nice.
Oh, yeah.
And not a lot of dwarfs have that. A lot of us, you know, my uncle, a beautiful top of the
Which
head.
one, Carl?
Front. What?
Carl.
Carl. Oh,
Right.
no, Susan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, okay.
Susan, Uncle Susan has a terrible front. But he was smashed in the face with an axe, so.
Yeah.
I know, it happens. It's so common, isn't it?
I've often said, both to the kings in the northwest and the kings in the northeast.
Where I'm from.
Yes, I've said that both should have some sort of public announcement where they decry how many people are smashed in the faces with
Yes.
axes.
Aye.
Yes.
It's a true public menace.
It is, but Uncle Susan has made a career out of it. So,
Yeah.
you know, she
Made
goes
a-
around towns and says, like, lifts up her face, his face, and then she gets pennies for it. So, in a
Oh.
way, it's worked out quite positively for Uncle Susan.
Oh, well, I suppose if you have turned it around and made a negative into a positive, that's good. But there's so many people just smashed in the faces with axes that I worry that not all of them are able to turn it into a money-making venture.
No, it's true, it's true.
I won't lie, I've done some of the stats on this, and a lot of them just die. And when you're faced,
sad, isn't
when
it?
you're faced with that kind of attitude, what can you do? You know, you try and
Uncle-
encourage
yeah.
them, but they're dead.
And
Well,
Gareth
that's-
is very encouraging, you know, he's extremely good at encouraging.
Yeah.
It's one of his
Yes.
special
I do
skills.
a sort of you work in the census. I do a sort of life coaching thing,
Oh.
but mainly for people who've suffered traumatic physical injuries.
That's actually how we met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how wonderful.
Think we have. Well,
Oh,
have you had any actual traumatic injuries? Also, are you still alive? I should.
Good starting point.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Absolutely. Just just had a little rest there, and I've managed to attach most of my leg back on, actually.
I'm so sorry. This is very rude. This is Prince Phileas.
Lovely, Your Highness.
And this is...
nice.
And...
Oh, Angharad and Gareth, if you're not being offensive.
Oh,
Not that hard. It's not that hard a name. Angharad.
I imagine they're quite common names in some places.
They're actually very common. Quite
sure
common.
they... Look, we're in such a weird
I
magical
know,
world.
it's difficult. It's
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah. I wouldn't think of it as weird, but then again, contextually, we live here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
It's lovely, although chilly today.
That's right. Well, chilly today, but it's quite warm and humid in here. I'm glad I've worn so many layers.
Gareth has a bit of a sweater.
It's
He's a
true.
bit
A lot of elves
sweaty.
are. You don't hear that in the...
Really?
No, and you know the thing about elves, they're so tall and handsome. Everyone thinks, oh, lovely, but they don't warn you when you marry one. Absolute pouring with sweat. The sheets are dripping, and it's not me.
But
It
doesn't,
means-
doesn't your sweat glisten like the new morning dew?
I'm not saying it doesn't look good.
It looks lovely,
It's a good look.
but it stinks.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like,
fucking hell.
Imagine...
You know, it's strong, you know, elves, because
Yeah.
they eat a lot of spicy food.
Oh, yeah, we love spice.
Loves it.
Yeah, imagine if contempt had an odour.
That makes sense to me.
That's what elves smell like.
Yes.
Now, Arnold was being a little rude about your names before, but if it makes you feel any better, he is from a strange world called Earth, and his name is Arnie Kneecamp. There's
Your name is Arnie Kneecaps.
knee.
Oh,
knee is in the middle twice.
Kneecaps.
That's a really shit part of the body to be named after.
Look, my name
your
does
dad's
have
name?
a slightly weird repetition in it, and you just have to blame my parents, who they aren't in this magical world. They aren't like hypothetically here right now.
You're not from here. So you've
I'm from another world. I am so sorry. I should have. Okay, here.
I wondered why.
About 3.5 plus some years ago, I fell through a dimensional portal behind a Burger King.
But how are you still getting Wi-Fi?
Well, I'm getting. I'm getting a slight Wi-Fi signal through the dimensional
Oh,
realm.
that's unnecessary.
That's remarkable.
Yeah. And I use that to upload this podcast.
So that's how we. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's why we've been talking into these sticks.
Oh, it does start to make a little.
Hey,
Right.
Arnie.
Oh, I see. It's time for a water break.
But so you, when you travelled here, you presumably could have chosen any name.
Oh.
Yeah, well, certainly
That's
the legends
very
tell
true.
when the elves travelled here from the far west, we all arrived on an island and were assigned new identities by people who didn't appreciate our culture.
That sounds...
Yes, that was one of my family. Fun.
You could have any name, but perhaps do you miss your mum and dad? Perhaps that's why you want to keep your kneecaps.
I do.
Also,
Yes.
to prevent your legs going all weird.
Yeah.
Arnie, can I
Because I
ask
don't
you...
want you to feel you have to change to fit in here. We welcome everybody. And if you want to be called Mr. Kneecaps and have people laugh at you,
Although
That's
that is what
fine.
just happened.
I know. I only want parts of that.
you want to keep your kneecaps.
I do want to keep my kneecaps. I don't want to be called Mr. Kneecaps. My father is Mr. Kneecaps.
We can
Arnie,
call you
can I-
Master Kneecaps.
Captain Kneecaps.
Admiral Kneecap.
Oh.
Johnny Kneecap. Why don't you change the first one? I think that's the problem.
It could be
Kneecap. I just wanted to join in. I didn't have a good one.
kneecap.
Yeah,
Kneecap,
lean into
kneecap.
it.
Yeah. You know what? This could be right. This could be like one of those people that goes away to college and like no one knows them, so they're like, call me Lance.
That's not a good start.
That's not a good start.
Don't be thinking Lance is a good change.
Not least of which because a lance is a kind of long pointed stick used to kill a man.
But that might be quite threatening. You know,
Yeah.
if you came into the pub and said, I'm Lance, we might all duck. I wouldn't, but other people might.
Yeah. What are like the coolest names in Foon?
Well, Gareth has got a lot of cool friends. Elves are obviously cooler than dwarfs.
Oh, I think you seem very cool.
Oh, bless you. I'm not going to suck you off. Always. Always trying. No.
Yeah.
Only for this one.
Maybe
I know
Maybe
your
don't,
ways.
Yeah.
Don't flirt so much with my wife, mate.
I,
I don't know what
Oh,
it's
you
like
know,
where you come from
we're
on
famous for it.
Estoril or whatever
why
it
the
was called.
fuck are you guys so far away?
Well, you're so near.
I don't
Mr.
fully
Kneecaps.
understand the nature of this thing we're doing, a podcast. But are you guys doing a separate one now?
This is
Oh,
Chunt.
no.
This is Usador.
And we're getting nuts. I found a delicious peanut the other day.
Ooh, I have a question.
Yes.
Is corn a nut?
I don't know.
This has been
Getting nuts. Now we can rejoin.
Also, Arnie, can I talk to you for a second?
Sure. Do you want me to come over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
See you in a bit, Mr. Kneecaps.
Yes.
Didn't we say we weren't gonna fuck the guests?
Whoa! Hey! Yes! Yes! That wasn't me. I wasn't.
It seemed like you were pushing pretty hard.
Really?
Yeah.
What was I doing? I was just trying to be nice. I was just trying
It
to
was
make
just that look in your eye you've given me 1,000 times.
Also, I wanted to ask you, just because I've never asked, obviously, your parents aren't here. There's no way that they would be
Yeah,
here
there's
right
no
now.
way that they're just.
What are
Oh,
they-
that's right. Yeah, but if they were,
If
they would
were-
love this conversation.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
What would your parents think of the podcast if they were here? Which they're not.
They couldn't be.
I think they would enjoy all the times people cheered for me. But there are all kinds of weird hypothetical things. Like, obviously, I miss my wife so much, and she's in another world. Like, she's not here right now, but if she were, she would also probably not enjoy this conversation. But you know what? Being married is hard sometimes, and
Oh,
I'm
it
not
is, it's
coming
hard.
on to you.
No, it's hard. It's difficult, but we've managed to keep it going, and we've got 9 children as well.
Nine children.
Yeah, it's lucky.
9
We take it in
dwarfs.
turns to give birth. That's the nice thing about marrying an elf. He can
Yeah.
take some for you.
Really?
So he's done 5, I've done 4.
Yeah, so it's your one next?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, but I want to finish college first.
Fair.
What are you studying?
I'm studying aromatherapy.
Ooh.
That's an 8-year degree.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, because here it's extremely difficult medical science.
Yes, exactly.
And it saves lives. So you don't want an aromatherapist who's just, read a couple of pages in a book because they felt lonely after breaking up with someone.
No. You
want a trained aromatherapist.
You want an aromatherapist who knows what they're doing.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Trust me,
Who
speaking
knows what they're doing.
Yes, no, I got it. I just tried to move past it.
Someone who knows
Yes, I'm...
what
yeah.
they're doing.
No.
Someone who knows.
Guys, this is the most physical show we've ever done.
just from what you explained before we arrived, it's almost entirely audio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. For people listening to the podcast right now, so much magic has been happening.
Right.
Yes, it's an audio format that's sent back to Arnold's world, which is why I don't dress up.
It would be a waste of everybody's time and effort.
Exactly.
And we're very much in love, And I think you need that, Arnie, in this world, you know? You need to find a connection with someone, otherwise you can get very lost because there's a lot of forests in this world.
Yeah.
And you need
Nice.
someone with you who sometimes can say, no, we've been here before.
Yeah. Or sometimes I'll just be able to see over a tree.
Yes. Oh, that's fairly handy. He can just
Yeah.
pop up to the top, look around and say, oh, we're going in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would just keep walking,
It's good to have people that can compliment you. Maybe do the things that you're not as good at, and they do the
Exactly,
things that you're
yes.
not as good
Yeah,
at.
Well, as long as we're here, what do you think you're not as good at? If you were looking for someone to find to sort of compliment you.
I got a
well-
lot of brothers and sisters we can accommodate.
Yep.
Well,
Maybe
no,
the skills that your 2 friends have.
no, I'm married. My wife is in another world.
Well,
and,
then what's the point?
Yeah. How long have you been here?
I have been here, okay, look, about 3.5 plus some years ago.
But I think, like, certainly by the standards of our land, legally, that marriage is dissolved.
What?
That's very bold.
Yeah, no.
You've just
Remember,
dissolved your
I did law
marriage,
for 2
Gareth.
years before we met, right?
That's true.
So,
Are
yeah.
you-
Well, you Stoke can back us up on this. You'll be well read in the laws of Foon.
Well,
I can certainly absolve the marriage right now if you want.
Let's do that.
Yep.
No!
Stop right there. Know this. Once a year, I renew Arnie's vows.
Oh, that counts, yeah. You've
I
got to
shall not
renew
let
it.
this marriage dissolve and go off quietly into the night. This I swear to you, Arnie, and to you, Ceiling.
If you've renewed it, then you're probably safe and still in your policy.
Although, is it a little weird that your husband is so, like, knowledgeable about exactly what can dissolve a marriage?
No, I mean, he's the town's dissolver.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you've got to have someone. Otherwise, you're just walking around saying, we're not married. Who believes you? No one. You need to get an elf involved to make it official.
Yeah. There's 4 main things that will dissolve a marriage. A 3-year absence, prolonged time in a different dimension, a strong acid, or a murder.
Sometimes those last 2 go together.
Yeah. You can chain a few of them together if you're good.
Oh, that makes front page news when that happens in the
Oh, yeah.
village. We love it.
Well, for me, 2 out of 4 ain't bad.
In fact, sorry, I'm convinced we've met before. Chunt, have you ever been a moth?
I have. Did I see you at the Flame?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
Gareth.
gotcha. I love that
Gareth.
club. It's a fun club.
It's a great club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It smells horrible.
Oh, yeah.
I
Well,
can't
yeah.
get in because of the height restrictions.
A lot of elves there dancing. Of course it's
Yes.
going to smell bad.
Damn! Shots fired.
She just said that their perspiration smells bad.
Oh, no, we own it. We're on board with that.
Can I ask you,
Anghalad.
what was it?
Anghalad.
Gareth.
It's a very common
It's
name.
a common name.
And Harold and Gareth.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, well, shit. I can't wrap my head around it.
That's all right. We don't
Ra
need you to.
and Ra, do you have any talents at all? Because I
Talent
know that.
apart from being an aromatherapist.
Well, yeah, I said talents.
Are you saying talons?
Talent. Do you have any talons? Or
Talents.
talents.
I want to know if you have any talons.
Oh, we did have some, didn't we? I don't know where you put them.
Oh, take your time. There's no rush.
in the,
rush.
Oh, talents. Yes, I think I do. I'm a good communicator. I like counting. I'm friendly. And I give great head.
Yes! I hit the buzzer there.
I think that's...
Prince
Sorry,
Phileas.
did you just
You're through to
kill
boot
a
camp.
bird of prey?
No, I think he tried to win me.
You hit that buzzard very hard.
A
little
lot of
too
stuff
hard,
came out
yes.
the back end.
It's just great. It's just rare to see very talents, isn't it?
And Gareth's very talented as well. That's why I married him. I had the pick of the dwarfs and I went for an elf. And that was very controversial at the time.
Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah,
are some of your
no,
talents?
Sorry?
What are some of your talents?
One, good at dissolving stuff, not just marriages.
Oh, yes.
You give me an object, I can dissolve it.
Well, what
Name
do we
an
got?
object.
Is it true? I've actually never met an elf before that elves can name upwards of 3 different types of trees.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You're telling me this guy can name up to 3 kinds of trees?
I
know
don't
if
want to
it's just a
sound
rumour
all
I
cocky
heard,
like,
or-
but I can do more than 3.
No,
Wow,
there's
shut
no, there's.
I'm a lucky woman.
More
Dear
than
Ceiling, do not let this elf fail in this grand, foolish thing he has claimed he can do.
All right,
Right, buzzards
wanna-
at the ready.
Buzzards at the ready.
all right. 1, oak.
Oh, God, I love him.
2, shrub.
Surely that's it.
3, Johnson tree. Which is one of those trees where all the leaves look like penises.
Yes! I hit the buzzard.
Yes.
4, reverse tree.
That's when the roots are at the top.
Yeah, all the leaves are underground. Dwarves love them.
Oh, we love them. It can really brighten up a house.
I saw a reverse Johnson tree and it was just a bunch of balls.
That'll happen. Those are lucky.
They're lucky?
They're lucky.
Didn't feel lucky.
How long did you feel it for?
Oh, I really
Well,
walked.
so what did you feel it with?
I walked into that
You walked into.
Johnson
walked into
tree,
it?
and yeah, no,
You know, I know how you feel. Every time. It makes being in the pub quite a wild, exciting ride. Yes.
sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very nice.
I have a question. You mentioned just a minute ago that it's sometimes a little bit difficult when a dwarf and an elf.
It's quite controversial. The elves hate the dwarves hate the elves. So when I fell in love with Gareth 10 years ago, our families were very against it.
Yep.
You know, and lots of people sang songs and clicked fingers in the street
Yeah.
against each other.
There was a lot of well choreographed hostility between the two.
Incredibly.
Between the two houses.
Exactly, yeah. They had the two houses, and in a way, it was charming but heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But our families have learned to deal with it.
Well, they just don't talk.
No, and Gareth's mother, well, she was killed by some dwarves, and that made it easier.
Yeah.
Just easier once you get rid of the main problem, you know.
Yeah. He was
So-
very set against it to a point where I think the only solution was murder.
Yes.
Well, a
Yes.
good trick, actually, if you do find what we do in royal family, of course, is we just marry each other,
Yes, yeah.
and so then it's no problem. At some sort of solstice festival, it's like, whose family are we going to? We're already here.
How? Now we had it. So when we got married, right? When we went to the church, we had groom's side, bride side in the church, and obviously the seating was quite different.
Yes.
What do you do in those circumstances? If you're marrying a blood relative,
Yeah, do you all just sit on the same side? Doesn't the church fall over?
yeah.
Yes, we have sort of a very quite a round church.
Ah, lovely, yes. So
That's
the
why
problem.
they've been built like that, is it?
That's exactly
Yeah.
it. Yes, so
Oh,
sort of
right. I've
because
always wondered.
everybody is family, and then what you do is you sort of like musical chair sort of thing. Everybody does a little song, and then you change the chairs, and then
Everybody at the wedding does a little song.
well, yes, that's right.
Like
Royal weddings
royal
are
weddings-
beautiful.
They're wonderful.
Oh, lovely. Well, yeah, the elves sang a lot, but dwarves only like heavy metal, so
Yeah.
we try not to. We don't let them sing too much.
Obviously, I couldn't help noticing dwarves obviously great lovers of beards, and as an elf, you obviously struggle
Yes.
to grow a beard. Now,
I do have one in the house.
you've got a beard in the... Oh, right. I was just going to say, because actually there's a man on hand here, and if you've been wanting, I could recommend having a nose beard. And if I'm enjoying it a great deal, actually.
Yes, I would happily cast a nose beard
What do you
for
think,
you.
Gareth? You've never had?
Would you find me more attractive with a nose beard? Do
Can
you
it-
mean
can it-
moustache?
I've got to
Well,
say.
I'm not as well read as you.
Oh, what? I have to say, I'd love you to have a nose beard.
All right, let's go.
All right,
Bring it. Anything to keep the spice alive in the marriage.
simple enough.
Make sure you do the exact same words.
Oh, clearly,
All right, I
you
definitely have the context for that.
Be certain to put a little bit of my beard on your nose.
All right.
That
Damn,
was the
close
exact
enough.
same phrase.
Oh,
Now
lovely.
you have a nose beard.
This feels
I
like
have once again cast a great spell and saved Froome from ultimate destruction.
I tell you what, this feels like quite a nice tash. Isn't it?
It looks lovely.
It looks like the bloke we saw on the way in.
Oh, yeah.
There was a bloke outside selling a sort of jeweled cup.
Oh, yes. It was
Yeah.
lovely, wasn't it? But odd, it was jeweled inside.
Weird.
Wait, was it jewel encrusted or jewel out crusted?
Jewel
encrusted.
encrusted.
Yeah, with like a
Inside.
sort of unicorn bone. I don't know the
Shin-
right name.
Not a
Shin bone.
horn. Not a horn.
No, not like a shin or something.
No, a shin bone.
Yeah.
I
Just
know
selling
them.
it outside for like £3.
Guys, they won't stop talking about this stupid fucking cup.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I'm new to the group, but I wish they'd shut up about it as well,
No.
to be honest.
But this is the very cup you quested for.
What?
Oh,
Not you.
Oh, okay.
Wait, are you both on the quest for different cups?
oh,
What are the odds? Well, one.
how quickly I...
This is Usador.
This is Chunt.
And we're
Getting cups.
The cup. Well, this could be ideal.
Also, guys, we just got to think of a word that sort of sounds like nuts.
Butts.
Butts. Oh, fuck,
Yes.
I don't know anybody's name. I can't do...
This is Angharad.
This is Angharad.
This is Gareth.
Prince Philius, regent to the mighty kingdom of Boom.
And we're...
Yeah, getting butts.
Equally
Sorry, I
smooth.
didn't have a clue what was going on there.
Do you know what? It really sounded like a traditional podcast because it felt there was like one too many people there.
Yeah.
That's what I felt.
Yeah, but I pay for it.
No.
Yeah. So, sorry, are we getting butts? I don't quite understand. I don't think you can promise that and then not follow through because I'm feeling...
Fine, I'll go get the cup. It is always up to Usador, the mighty quester, the great hero, to rise up, go and do what needs to be done and make sure that evil is defeated wherever it doth lie. Here I go to gather the cup from outside the Vermilion Minotaur, and I shall not stop until I retrieve my food.
Does he know that that's the bathroom?
He knows. He knows.
Okay.
And I'll go get a butt. Why it always falls to Chunt to go get whatever body parts needed. Just because you got side vagina doesn't mean you have to.
Now I'm worried that something's up, so I'm gonna stay here. I'm tired.
And now that I have completed mine quest, I shall return to the Vermilion Minotaur with thy treasure in mine hand, and unto Prince Philius I shall bequeath this treasure, and say unto you, good Prince Philius, your quest is at an end.
Oh, lovely. That's nice. It's nice to get it all wrapped up, isn't it?
Prince Philius, is that what your cup looks like?
No, this isn't the right cup. But
it's
it's close enough, absolutely.
Is it?
This one
so
has...
it sort of looks like this. Because you walked in with that fucking cup.
Wait. Oh, hang
It
on.
looks exactly the same.
Right.
How many of these things are there?
Is this an heirloom or a
hang on.
factory?
Yes, there's a good chance I had the cup on me the whole time.
Oh. That's our show. Thank you so much. Oh boy, thank you all so much. You've been a tremendous audience. We're so fucking happy to be here in London. So thank you all so much for making us feel welcome. A huge thank you to our guests, Paul Foxcroft. Please check out his show, Questing Time. Check that out, Questing Time. Thank you to Cariad, Lloyd. She has a fantastic podcast called Griefcast. Please check that out. Thank you to Tom Bell. Please check out his show, Nightmare Live. Yeah. Thank you to Arnie. Thank you to Matt. Thank you. Yeah, give them a round of applause. Thank you so much to the London Podcast Festival. Holy hell, were we excited to come out here. I can't tell you how awesome this has been. Thank you to Zoe for bringing us out and the whole crew. Thank you to Ruth and the whole team in the booth, lights and sound. Give them a round of applause, please. We're going to go outside and sign some posters or take some pictures or just say hi. If you just want to, you don't have to buy anything. You can just say hello to us or take a picture or something. So we'll be out there in just a little bit. So please come out and say hello. Please, I don't know when we'll be back here. So please come out and say hi, and we would absolutely love that. And I'll turn it over to Arnie.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. It really means so much. Thank you for sharing this evening with us. It really means a lot. And thank you guys for sharing this evening with us as well. And for just sort of being a part of this silly show that we made a few miles away from a Burger King in Chicago. But yes, as Adel said, we're very excited to meet as many of you as we can, or as many of you want to. If some of you are just like, yeah, I've had the experience, I'm going home. That's perfectly fine. I'm sorry that we probably won't be able to spend more than a few moments speaking with each of you, but we're very excited to see as many of you as are excited to see us. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you sincerely. It means a lot. And also thank you to my parents and to my wife who are here. I love you very much. Thank you so much.